This is the wide area telescoping camping lantern from BougeRV. It features lights on all 4 sides of this lantern, and when I say it's telescoping, I mean telescoping. With the included tripod, this thing reaches heights of 7.5 feet. But this camping lantern comes at a high price. So before you buy it, let me try it and let you know if this camping lantern is worth the money or if it's just funny. Comes with this carry case, yeet, that holds the tripod and the lantern in it. But not only is this a lantern, it's also a flashlight. As well as it being a lantern and a flashlight, it's also a mini power bank. This has an 8,000 milliamp hour battery, so you can charge your devices with it. And for output, it has a USB-C port and a regular USB port. So not only can you charge your devices like your cell phones, you can also use it to power your heated chairs. Once you plug something into the output, this automatically turns on to charging. And don't worry if you drop it in the snow. It has an IPX4 water-resistant protection, so it's safe from light rain while you're camping, light splashes on the beach, or from dropping it in the snow. It's just not designed to be fully submerged in water, so don't do that. The lantern has 3 different color modes: white, warm light, and then red. And the change between the colors, it's a double press of the button. Each color mode has multiple settings. You can have 1 light on, 2 lights on, 3 lights on, or 4 lights on, or the flashlight. And if you hold down the power button, that's how you change between bright or dim. When it starts flashing, that means you reach the bottom or the high end of the brightness. This lantern can last up to 11 nights, running at 8 hours each night. And that's going to be on the lowest red setting. So that's going to be 1 panel at the lowest lumen setting. And that will last for 11 nights, 8 hours per night. So that's 88 hours of light out of this little lantern. On my last camping trip, me and the guys, we used this for 2 nights on the brightest setting. We came home with one of these indicators still on, which meant it had up to 25% of its battery left. And there, Lila used it to charge her phone. It went from about 23% up to 46% off of one of those battery lights. And it still wasn't dead. That's just how long we charged it for. This lantern on the tripod, 7.5 feet in the air, will cover 5,274 square feet of your campsite. That's with the 3,200 lumens shining 82 feet out on each side of this lantern. That's a crazy bright lantern. This is my brightest battery operated lantern. It might be my brightest lantern I own, and it's battery operated. It also has 4 earth magnets on the bottom to stick it to anything that's magnetic, like the roof of my gazebo. I do really like the feel of this lantern. It is very heavy, which means that there's a lot of battery inside of this thing. While charging my phone, I carry it by the handle, have the phone on top of it, like this, and then I just carry it around like this with the cord coming out and charging my phone. It's pretty darn convenient as a little battery bank. So like I said, I had this set up in the tent with me and my buddies. We had it on high all weekend, both nights from 5 p.m. until 12 p.m. when we went to sleep. So that was 7 hours. That was 14 hours on high. I did a great job lighting up Walmart's best hot tent for that weekend. With the tripod, you can light up your whole campsite. I had it at the camper campsite. Look how bright it made it out there. Here it is lighting up a campsite in all of its settings. You have the white light on low. It does a good job, but not the best job. Here's the white light on all 4 sides on bright, on the brightest setting. This thing lights up the campsite like crazy. Here it is with the warm light on low, and then the warm light on high. And then here it is with the red light. The red light only has 1 power setting, but you can change the brightness by having 1, 2, 3, or 4 sides lit up at the same time. Last but not least is the flashlight. On the low setting, and then the flashlight on the high setting. And in between the low and high setting is all these in-between settings that you can stop at any time just by releasing that power button. So is the wide area telescoping camping lantern from BougeRV worth the money or just funny? Right now you can get an extra 10% off this camping lantern if you use the link in the description, or if you use the code BougeRV0212, and that's on the BougeRV website or on their Amazon store. Now this has a high price tag, over $150. You get a really bright lantern, a really tall tripod, and a power bank all in one. So is it worth the money or just funny? If you want to spend $170 on a lantern, I'd say it's worth the money. Thanks a lot for joining me on this episode of Is It Worth the Money or Just Funny with the BougeRV camping lantern. See you guys next week.